I moved out at 14. Got kidnapped. I've been set on fire, shot. Had a kid. My best friend was killed in my house. My dad died, and I didn't find out until 2 weeks after the funeral. All of this shit happened at 14. So I was on my own from 14 until I was done with college. Mm-hmm. I didn't go back home. Mm-hmm. I was working at the junkyard to make enough money through the week before I was old enough to work to take care of my son and the daycare bill. I was catching a bus from East St. Louis to St. Louis to go to school. So in my mind, like, if you ain't been through the shit that I've been through, or you can't stomach the shit that I've been through, then me taking advice from you, motherfucker, like.
Hey, let this shit ride for a minute, man. If you got a dream, you gotta go get it. It ain't gonna be easy, it's a lonely road. Very lonely road. But you gotta push through and figure it out. Hey.
Yo, what up, though? Y'all already know what time it is, man. We back with another episode. And today, I know what y'all think I'm gonna say, but I am gonna say it because I keep giving it to y'all. That's how I feel about life. I'm excited because I get to talk to one of my brothers, man. But before we get into it, y'all already know how I go. I appreciate y'all sitting here with another episode of REL TALK. You feel me? Because we in the building. So let me go ahead and break it down for you real quick. Midwest has always been the best. Originally out of East St. Louis, he is a comedian, actor, host, content creator, writer, producer, and he has his own clothing line at More Mob Apparel. He works with multiple digital companies such as Kevin on Stage Studios and All Def Digital. Not only that, this man has appeared on several TV shows such as HBO's Insecure, NBC's Brooklyn Nine-Nine, ABC's Abbott Elementary and Steptown, and CBS's The Neighborhood, just to name a few. He's also the creator of several hit shows online featured on his YouTube channel. Those shows include Wording is Hard, Explain This, Spelling is Hard, and the live show that took the internet by storm, Zooming with the Homies. You feel me? He also produces 3 podcasts on a weekly basis. Damn Internet, You Scary, More to the Story, and All Def Squadcast. And if you haven't understood me by now, I'll say this. Not only does he provide the world with the best medicine, which is laughter, he is a true artist, an entrepreneur, and a friend of mine who I'm honored to sit here and have this conversation with. Please put your hands together for Tahir Moore. You feel me? Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Email me that bio, bro. That's better than anything I be submitting to these people when they ask for bios. Nigga, that was fire, bro.
Come on. I got
Thank
you.
Oh, I got need that for real, bro.
I got you, brother.
I'm like, hey, this nigga cooking, bro. Oh, he in there with the apron and that motherfucker like, look at the flick of my wrist. Oh, look at the flick. That nigga was cooking, bro.
Hey.
I was blushing. I'm over this bitch like, oh my God, stop, Jarrell, stop. Oh my God, why are you doing this right now? Oh my God, why are you embarrassing me like this? Oh my God, am I red? I feel like I'm red. Am I red? Oh my God, can you imagine?
Hey, bro, I gotta give my dogs that
Thank
flowers,
you, bro.
bro.
I appreciate it,
Hey, come on, man.
And
Hey,
you know what? You know what's crazy is that real recognize real. We hadn't seen each other in years when we saw each other at whatchamacallit's birthday.
Yep.
And it was no love lost. It was no bad energy. It was like, bro, what's going on? How you doing? What you got going on? Can we be a part? Like, let's work. Yeah. And I love meeting people like that, especially like Midwest people be having that type of energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, hell yeah, man. Sign me up whenever you got an opening. Let's
hey,
do
come
it,
on,
bro.
man. I be fucking people up with the intros though, because honestly, bro, like people don't know I do my research.
Yeah.
And I do my research because I respect the work that you guys do. So it's like, nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna bring you on my show. Just to be like, nah, I got my dog here. We care to talk. No. We have a real conversation about who you are as a man, because I respect who you are as a man, as an artist. So hey, man, let's get it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, I feel empowered, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if it was November, I might vote. Like right now, bro. Like I might be outside picking lines. I'm just protesting with it. I just drive out, somebody be protesting. And I'm like, let me get in with this. Let me get in this with y'all. I don't feel like making a change in the world today, nigga.
So check this, man. The way I like to open my shows is I always like to ask a question that has nothing to do with what we about to talk about. Okay. But it is something that's just going to get your mind working or cause you to think. Because, again, my podcast is about challenging our mind, right? About who we are as people. Mm-hmm. So my question for you is one of my new joints, which I'm really excited about.
Would you rather?
You feel me? So this is a would you rather.
Oh.
I know you might like a would you rather, so I want to give you a good one, man. Would you rather get a paper cut every time you turn a page, or bite your tongue every time you chew?
Paper cut.
Ooh, you said that quick.
Immediately. You know why?
Why? Please
all
tell
my books
me.
are audio. I
we
don't
go.
read shit. I buy. This is a true story.
No, this
is a true story.
That's why I wanted to ask. That's what's up.
I'm very, very conscientious of numbers, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You know, 11, 11, 3s, 4, 4, 4, whatever. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, all of that. I got sent this book called Atomic Habits, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got sent it to somebody at this CPA office that we were thinking about doing business with. It sent it to me and my wife, our own company, and then one of the homies sent it to me. And so I had kind of forgot about it because we were in the process of moving. Then
Yeah.
I went back on audiobooks and downloaded and listened to it, bro. It's one of the greatest things you'll ever read.
Yeah.
As far as like healthy habit stacking, all that
Yeah.
type of thing. And so I felt blessed enough to like give all of those books away because somebody else needs that. But I kept one of them because Atomic Habits is one of the ones you want the physical book.
Yeah.
But like even with that, I would just blow it. So I still wouldn't get no finger cuts.
Yeah.
I'd be good. Yeah. But everything else, audiobooks, bro.
I
The
feel
Bible, everything. I be in
Yeah.
the church with the Bible on audiobooks. I'm not touching no goddamn book,
No,
man.
I feel you, bro. I'm the same way. I love audio, but it's just because I'm a listener. I
Yeah.
like to listen. I always been told you got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you got to listen more than you talk anyway. And that's the way that I look at life.
Yeah.
So it's like when it comes to audio, I'll sit down and listen to it. But me trying to sit here and do this all
I'm gonna fall
day-
asleep.
Yeah, bro.
I'm gonna fall
It's
asleep
tough.
every time, bro.
It's tough.
Trying to read or meditate
It's
or
tough.
praying too long, bro.
Yeah.
I'm in your church. You praying too long. I'm gonna hit you with a wrap it up, B. I'm gonna hit you with a rap. Hey man, wrap that shit up, bro. Who you trying to impress? You already the pastor. Why you
Exactly,
doing it
though.
this
That's
long,
right.
bro? You capping right now.
So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. So my dog, Midwest Love. Obviously, I'm from Detroit, so this is Midwest Love. East St. Louis is where you from. I want you to talk about this because I know some people do, but the world don't get a good grasp on. East St. Louis is not St. Louis, but they're very close in proximity.
Yes.
And people always get them confused. Just break that down for us. What's the difference between East St. Louis and St. Louis? Because I know it's like a street or something.
No, it's the
like
Mississippi
a
River
road. Yeah.
that separates the two, and it's very easy. It's just like East St. Louis is shortened of for east of St. Louis.
Gotcha.
Right. So the east of St. Louis, that's a whole nother state. It's in Illinois. St. Louis is in Missouri, separated by that, but they're the two closest cities that are on the Mississippi River. And East St. Louis used to be the popular city, and then steel shortage happened, and the jobs dried up, and then St. Louis became the metropolitan city. But we got some hitters from East St. Louis. You know, we got Jackie Jordan Kersey and a couple other people, but it just never bounced back, man. And the poverty rate was crazy, and the jobs dried up, and it just became a city that people drove through to get to where they were headed.
Yeah.
But you had a lot of amazing people there. You had like my uncles. None of them graduated from high school or college, but they could tell you what's wrong with your vehicle if you started that bitch up down the street. Like if you're on the same block, they could tell you your car was about to go out. Or your starter about to go out. Like it did just 1 second too long.
That's
they
crazy.
could hit without even popping the hood.
Yeah.
Still closed. They could just tell you, especially if it was a Chevy model. They knew Chevys like the back of their hand. So you had some great people there, but it just was not the city for progress at a certain time, and it was riddled with drugs and gang violence and sports. Really, you know, East Side's football team and a girls track team, I mean, crazy with it, but it wasn't a lot of options for people who weren't in sports, or you weren't gangbanging, or you wasn't, you know, or gangbang. I mean, drug dealing.
Yeah.
But I love my city though. I love my city. It made me who I am. It gave me a lot of street smarts. I went to school in St. Louis, lived in East St. Louis, but because I lived in a different state than I went to school in, I could never have friends over because somebody slipped and said I was going to the school and lived here, then I would get kicked out. My mom could go face jail time. Making friends was difficult because I couldn't get close to people. I couldn't go over their house. I didn't want to go over their house as much because I was staying with my grandmother and they had roaches, so I don't want to be over their house and get embarrassed. And shit. So I'm not going over nobody's house. So and my cousins, like some of them were into the gangbanging shit. I was guilty by association.
Feel that.
And yeah, man, I just kind of always felt like the black sheep. But like when I came around, my family fucked with me. They knew I was the one to make them laugh and shit like that. But I've always kind of felt like out here is where I was supposed to be, what I was supposed to be doing. And I was definitely a victim of my environment a couple times, from shootings and kidnappings and shit like that. But I mean, you can either use that as an excuse to become another statistic,
Facts.
Or you can use that as motivation, but like, I ain't finna let this shit hold me down.
Yeah.
You know, and I think growing up in one state but going to school in another allowed me to see what could be. And East St. Louis, there's a glass ceiling on how big you can grow and how like you just don't have a lot of visual representations of what all you can be. Being in a bigger city allowed me to see, oh shit, I can get a brand new car, not a new used car. I can be a CEO. I can be a manager. It's like it's when you'll be what you'll see. And if your environment is limited to like gang, drugs, sports, and that type of shit, then that's what you're gonna aspire to. But going to a bigger school in a bigger city allowed me to like just, I don't know, aspire for more. So I'm thankful for those things that my mom did and sacrificed for me.
No, that's beautiful, bro. Because being from Detroit, it's like I've experienced a lot of the same things: the kidnappings, the shootings, being associated by association, family members, gang members, all that. And it's like I get that, but coming from these type of areas because we're products of it. How does comedy find you? Like, what is the thing that lets you say, okay, growing up, East St. Louis, going to school in St. Louis, but how does this comedy bug hit you to where you like, yeah, I'm gonna tell jokes? Because you just said you like, I go around my family, they fuck with me, they know I'm funny, I tell jokes, but it had to be something for you that was like, you know what, I'm doing this shit.
You know what? I think jokes made me feel, or making people laugh made me feel, I won't say valuable, but it gave me purpose. Because everybody in my family, I feel like they had something. Like my cousin Bone, shout out to my nigga Aaron, that nigga can fight. Oh, that nigga's so good at fighting. You ever see somebody like getting street fights? Like, this nigga really made for this shit, bro.
Yeah, straight up.
This nigga's really
when
made
from
for
the
this,
way,
bro.
yes,
and he's a light-skinned dude, long hair, had light eyes like you, but that nigga had hands. And it was like he was made for this shit. And I had the cousin Nate. He was just a chill motherfucker, and he could talk to anybody. He was made for that shit. Eugene was big on the music and electronics. He did speakers and everybody for everybody in the hood. He was made for that, and it felt like making people laugh was the shit that I was made for. It was the place that I felt most comfortable in and what I felt most valuable in. And so I just really leaned into it. And I had no idea at first about being a comedian. Like, from the Midwest, you know, we got Arvin Mitchell, Lavelle Crawford, Red Fox. I found I actually grew up on the street behind my elementary school.
Crazy.
So we got a number of people that are from the hood, but like I just didn't see that growing up. I didn't see Richard Pryor's. I didn't see one of Richard Pryor's first stand up until I was in college.
Wow.
Now I saw Eddie Murphy. I saw Delirious. But I had never seen Richard. I hadn't seen it. Yeah. So I didn't see it until I was in college. Maybe my sophomore year, or my junior year, I saw Live from the Sunset Strip. And it blew my mind. I didn't listen to a Bill Cosby album until I was out here. And I'm talking about listening to I'm talking about the 45s. Yeah. And I was like, you know, no disrespect to anybody affected by the personal life stuff of Bill Cosby. I'm just talking about the artistry right now.
Right.
Motherfucker was amazing, bro.
Man, what?
Changed my life. Like, the way he could paint a picture so vividly with his words. When he was talking about Noah's Ark and Noah building the ark in his driveway and Noah's neighbor coming out like, what's that? You come outside, he's a big ass ark in the driveway like, bro, and I can't get my cart and my donkeys out because you got this big ass. It was just like crazy. I was like, oh, this shit crazy. Yeah. And so like for me, going back and listening to him, Moms Mabley, Nipsey Hussle, like going back and listening to them felt like, damn, it's deeper than it, because they had to be so creative that it made you want to put this record on at a party. There's no TV. Yeah, they sitting around a record player like just and looking down because they're visualizing what you're saying. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Like, ooh, I want to be that powerful.
That's crazy because your voice, your voice is that powerful.
You that powerful with no background dancers, no background singers, no beat, no conductor, no producer, no redos.
Nah,
when I'm on that stage, ain't no I reset. Let's do that one more time. None of that, bro. Your imperfections are perfect for the audience because they won't know unless you tell them that you fucked up.
That was kind of the thing. My acting coach, I say this a lot, but my acting coach used to always tell me this about fucking up. He would say, if you ever fuck up on stage, just commit to fucking up.
Commit to it.
He's like, it's as simple as that.
Bro, just like if you say the line wrong, you're like, you're supposed to say, the truck is red. You're like, the truck is blue. No, wait, a mistake.
Just like that. It's red.
Commit into that shit. Who
They
don't know? They don't know
know
if that's in the line, in the script or not. Fuck them.
And that might be one of your best moments when they
Might
be
be,
like,
bro,
oh, because they was feeling your
lean
shit.
into it. Lean into that shit,
that's
man.
beautiful,
Deny.
So let me ask you this, man. We're on the subject of comedy, and obviously I think you are just one of the funniest fucking people that I've encountered in my life. And I'm talking about raw comedy because you're a host. I see you hosting the shows, Hollywood, Chocolate Sun, all this stuff. How do you know you're funny?
Man,
I've always wanted to ask, you know what I'm saying? How do you know you're funny?
And sometimes I'm wondering, I'm like, yo, like, am motherfuckers gassing me? Am I really? Then I'm like, you have those moments, you be like, no, I'm that nigga. I just don't move with that energy all the time, but like, no, I'm that nigga. I've really moved with a lack of confidence and a lot of the shit that I did because I'm so hard on myself. And sometimes I struggle with imposter syndrome, like I'm not supposed to be here and I'm not supposed to be that nigga. But there are moments when you have those out-of-body experiences. I'm sure you have one on stage or in front of the camera. You're like, I know I'm gonna fucking kill this.
Hell yeah.
Scene. I know. When you have those moments, like it's too pure and real for it to be a fluke. And so I try to lean into that understanding and that more. I mean, it's also having an appreciation for art. The same way I get on stage and I start riffing, fucking with somebody in the audience or whatever, the same way a musician can go up there and do their solo and they're just playing whatever the fuck they feel. The same way an artist can get in front of a easel and they just paint something from here is the same way a poet or a rapper can go on stage and start freestyling from just the top of the dome. Those are all extensions of the same art, the same tool, the same talent. And when you get in that mode and you are really just like rocking that shit out and you know it's not like, nigga, that's not me. It's got to come from God. I'm a human. I am not capable of creating this type of energy that transcends beyond age, race, creed, sexual orientation, even language barriers.
Yes.
Some shit is funny without you even understanding. It might be the face you make or the inflection that you said it in. But people just like, yo, that was crazy. I
bro.
get that.
That's so
you know
real.
what I mean? The same one with music. I listen to Indonesian R&B and there's some shit I don't even understand, but I just feel that shit. I'm like, this motherfucker spitting.
Yeah, that
you know what I
shit
mean?
sound like it's
music.
like Indonesian R&B. I like
no,
that.
it's hit. I got some shit,
No,
bro.
you got some
I got
shit.
some shit, bro. I love music. I love
Me
music.
too. I'm ahead. So
every artist, I feel like, whatever it is, you always have something that is completely parallel that you wish you could also do. Like, I love music.
For sure.
And I have the DJ decks and all that type of shit. I haven't done it publicly, but I do it for my Patreon and I take private lessons. I love music.
Yeah, man.
I love music like I love comedy. I love music because I know music is like a gateway to communication.
It is.
And bridging gaps.
It is.
And bringing people together. Like, it's some shit that's just so beautiful, bro. Like, it's like, how can you not acknowledge that there's a higher existence or that we are closer or we're all connected? For some songs come on, you be like, nigga, no, I
felt that shit. The same way a song can make you cry.
Yeah.
Because that shit hit a certain part in you or bring up a certain memory that allows you to think like, damn, it feels good. That's why when people pass on or say something like that and you hear that one song that you used to listen to with your pops or your brother or sister, you know what I'm saying? And you like, damn. That shit can take you right back to a memory. It's beautiful.
Music, smells, colors, all are like triggers for memories. Like and good or bad, but like they are just those things, man. And comedy is just like where's it in the middle, because even though you're mostly laughing, the way I start the bit, like I'm working on this new bit right now, and I ain't gonna hold you, 2025 has been a hell of a year for me, mentally, emotionally, everything, right? And I'm not talking in a good way. Like, shit been beating my fucking ass. I've been waving white flags and saying uncle since January, and the universe don't give a fuck. But realistically, I feel like a lot of the shit that I'm facing, a lot of the shit that I'm dealing with now, shit that I was running from in my past, and I have to address this shit before I get to the next echelon. Because if I get to the next echelon and I have not addressed this shit, this could be the shit that'll take me down. So right now I'm in a fucking furnace, and every week is something new, and I'm getting, I mean, just mollywop left and right, but I'm still standing. And I had to change my perspective, like, what the fuck, and woe is me, to challenge accepted. Because otherwise I was gonna lose my fucking mind. So I feel like this is where I need to be right now. It's not comfortable, but growing never is. Challenging never is. Leveling up is never comfortable. You have to go through the shit, because if I get to the next level and I let some of this shit that I'm dealing with take me out, I'm gonna be so disappointed in myself. Straight up. Because I knew better. I knew better. So one of the things I've been I said about the challenge, woe is me to challenge accepted, and I just had to adapt that, because man, this year has been hard.
I want to say something to you, man. I commend you, brother, because and the reason you have my respect, because this is why I created this show. I always say when I watch a lot of podcasts, I see even friends of mine who doing them or just in the world, people talk to people who are a lot older, who have had so much success in this industry, and they talk about their stories or how they made it. But I've always wanted to create this platform to talk about people who are in the now. Yeah. People can look at you on social media and funny as shit. They follow, they pull up to the shows when you traveling, you touring, but they don't know what you going through.
Oh, nigga, I am.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, because you the funny man, but the fact that you are vulnerable enough as an artist to be open and say, right nah, now. Even though y'all, all my followers and fans, I appreciate it. But every day is not peachy, bro.
It is not,
because that's what people need to hear. They need to understand it.
Honestly,
that's life, bro.
I am at a juncture right now in my life, and I was just talking to my friend about that, and that's why I was almost a little late or just like not as prompt as I know. I normally get here 10, 15 minutes prior to. But I was telling my friend, I was like, I think I'm going to lean into comedy more because I've always loved acting, and I want to act, and it's something I absolutely love. But right now I feel like Abbott is going to be one of the last shows we get 22 episodes of. Everything's going to the 8 to 12 episode format, right? Which is going to make that pulling area that they're getting actors from even smaller because they're going to want all the big names for these 8 to 12 episodes. And I can go in and kill this audition. I'm Denzel level fucking acting in a minute and a half, right? But I'm not tall enough. I'm not dark enough.
Yeah,
I'm not white or Asian, whatever. It doesn't matter. If I don't fit all of these boxes, then I won't get it. No matter how fucking good that audition was, right?
Yep.
But comedy, if I'm true and real in all my sets, and every year I can come up with another hour, I can tour for the rest of my life.
It's crazy.
It's the only thing I really have full control over.
Yep.
And my talent will be the representation for my worth.
Yeah.
And so, with that being said, it's like, fuck, man, I've always acted. I've acted since I was 8 years old. I've started acting in school plays and college, church plays and all of that. I've gone to school for it and everything. I've done some great things and it's great, but it hasn't, in my opinion, been big enough to move the needle for me to be like, all right, I should invest in this more than comedy. Comedy's taking me all over the world. Yeah. I remember 3 years into doing comedy, my mama finally came into one of my shows, and after the show, she was like, I think you should focus on acting. Hey. Straight like that. Mama gave it to me real. I think you should focus on acting. Fast forward 8 years later, we in London, Barcelona, and Paris on comedy. I took her out of the country for the first time in her life on comedy. And we sitting in this big ass suite because when we first got to London, we landed in London, then we went to Paris, then we went to Barcelona, then we went back to London. The first couple nights in London, I booked a big ass suite. 2 bedrooms. Me and my wife were in one. My mom and my sister were in another one. This had a conference room, and it was built into a fucking football arena, soccer. And I was like, we sitting at this because it had a fucking office in it with the big boardroom table, and we're sitting at the table. And I was like, it would have been crazy if I would have quit comedy, wouldn't it? If I had I had to be petty, of course, because on top of flying her off there and all of that. When we went shopping in London, I'm talking about every 20 to 30 steps. No exaggeration. Somebody was like, yo, all deaf, yo, roast me, yo, dad jokes, great taste. But now mind you, nothing about Insecure, nothing about Brooklyn Nine-Nine, my crazy ex-girlfriend, none of that shit. All fuck about that. All
they knew that comedy though.
All comedy. And the internet is so powerful. There was no city that was too far for them to not know me. And my mom is seeing this. And it was such a serendipitous ass moment and a full circle moment because at the time, she's seen me a couple times since then, but she ain't never seen me like rock. We went to London, and it's 500 people in there.
Hell yeah.
Rock.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, I told you.
Yeah.
I know I was rough around the edges, you know what I'm saying? But I grew up around dope and cocaine. What you expect?
Right, like what you
of course I'm talking about bitches and hoes and pimping and cocaine. Yeah, you know what your brothers are. You know what your brothers are. Why are you surprised? You know you raised me. I've been shot. You don't think I'm gonna talk about guns and shit?
That's facts though. Man. That's your shit.
But now she gets it. You know what I mean? Like, so it was a full circle moment. It wasn't like to throw it in her face. It was just like, I did what you raised me to do. To believe in myself and chase that dream. Yeah. Aren't you glad I did it? Yeah. Aren't you glad I listened to you when you were putting those gems in me in the foundational stages? Yeah. Because that's what made me go forward. Okay. So,
let me ask you this. Tell me about a time, because I'm interested to know this now. Even when I think about your journey, man, obviously you've been all over the world doing comedy. consistently even now. Is there a time, or tell me about a time you were on stage and
Shit myself?
pretty much. No, but in a sense, because that'll be bad. That'd be bad.
I know.
That'd have been bad.
My bad.
Tell me about a time where you found yourself bombing or failing, or say it just wasn't going good, but you recovered in such a way to where after the performance you said to yourself, this is why I'm fucking built for this shit.
Man,
like
you know
that
what?
performance that made you be like, it wasn't going, but you turned that shit around. Like on stage, I found something, and I'm like, you know what? After that set, I'm like, y'all got me fucked up because I do this.
Bro, I got two examples. The first is years ago when I'm doing my Wednesday night at the Comedy Union. Just to do $5 Wednesdays. It was $5 to get in. It was $5 for a plate of food. You got 2 wings and a side of greens and a side of mac. It was just small scoops, but it's $5.
But it's $5, yeah.
And the drinks is $5. You couldn't find a better deal in the fucking city.
Hell
and
no.
every Wednesday, just about, if we want 100% sold off, we were like 80% sold off. Every fucking Wednesday. This light-skinned, ginger-ass nigga with freckles out here killing this shit. Killing it, right? Doing a show. Shit's going on now. I'm gonna tell you, the spot was a hood ass spot, and it wasn't so much the owner. It was the manager and the GM. It was the owners of the property because they wouldn't do the work, and the guy that was running the show was like, I don't want to invest my money, and they not gonna reimburse me. So that fucking fuse box was look at stacking 100 pennies in that bitch to keep shit together, right? So one night. Fucking power goes out. I'm on stage about to open the show. Show just started. Everybody sat down. DJ cuts the music. Yo, what up, y'all? Boom, 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 boom. Lights, mic, everything go out. We sitting in the dark. It's 150 people in there, right? I pull my phone out, put it over my head. I say, yo, we gonna do this motherfucker show like this. Put the light on. I need y'all to turn y'all lights on and just point it toward the stage. Everybody did it. Ooh. And we did that shit for a couple minutes and the lights came right back on. But in that moment where I didn't panic, I didn't fear, I didn't be like, fuck, I was just like, let's try this. It was literally the challenge accepted mindset versus just like, like that panic. And that panic is nothing wrong with panic. Like that's a human. If I had panicked, that would have been a very human thing. Yeah. But the fact that I didn't panic, I'd be like, nah, this is what we're gonna pivot to. Yeah. Let me know, like, nigga, I'm built for this shit. Yeah. You can throw whatever the fuck you want to. Nigga, I'm a bop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
Or right here. You know what I mean? I'm a pivot. Yeah. It's still gonna get done. Yeah. My name is on it. And that might not mean a lot of shit to a lot of people, but when I'm on stage, because people pay money to see me in front of them, I'ma look like you paid money. These niggas that be going on stage and they be dressed any type of way, there ain't no pride in it. I still iron clothes, nigga. Straight up. I have an ironing board. We buy starch. That's real shit. I'm a nigga that cares about how he's like, I just went and got a pedicure and a manicure last Thursday. Nigga, look at these toes. Those are manicure toes. And look at the buff on this. This real shit. I care about how I look because people pay money to see me. No, and I don't want them to feel like they waste their money. I want to look like a motherfucker paid money to see me. Because when they start paying money to see me, I want them to pay more.
Hell yeah.
You already late to the train, baby. I've been doing this for X amount of years. It was $20. It's $70 now.
Hell yeah.
And it's worth it. You gonna get your motherfucking money's worth because I care. And I know what it's like to be broke. And I know what it's like to spend $50 on a ticket or $70 on a ticket. My wife goes to see Beyonce every year. Every year. My wife likes to sit on the floor. My wife has not worked in 3 years. So I need to be able to provide what my wife wants because that's my wife. Yeah, so how do I do that? By making sure I get what the fuck I'm earned and what I'm worth and giving the people a show that's worth the money that they paying. Yeah. No, every time.
It's like, I love that story because what it shows to me is that the God in you, right? Mm-hmm. And I say this only because even in the dark, when you was on the stage, you found the light.
Man, and sometimes come on, somebody.
No, seriously.
Come on, and sometimes
it takes somebody to lead the people. Man. And God gave you a moment to show you that you worth and you built to lead people.
Man.
And that's what's beautiful about a story like that.
You better stop. You better stop preaching in here.
Come on, bro.
You better stop preaching in here, man.
I find those type of
Hold
things.
on, look. I'm gonna send you this right here.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see.
Look at that.
This is the video footage of, so y'all don't think I'm lying.
That's crazy.
Dead ass dark in there. Didn't even worry about the mic. Just I'm gonna send this to him so he can put it in the thing. Yeah, so we can put it in the clip. Yeah, we definitely need that. Dead ass serious. Dead ass serious. That's crazy. Didn't panic. I'm still on stage. I never left stage.
Yeah.
Fuck that. This is my show. My name on this.
Yeah.
And that means something to me.
Yeah. But it's just too real, man. Because when that God is in you, it's such an undeniable thing. Yeah. Like for you, it's so undeniable because there wasn't anything in that moment that was going to stop the God in you from letting your light shine. Yeah. There was nothing in that moment that was going to do that. No. But it also, when I tell people, moments like that show you who you really are. Mm-hmm. Those are testaments to our own life that it really shows us like, damn, now I realize who I am. Yeah. And I can look at myself in the mirror and respect myself as a man. And because I know when it's time to show up, bro, I'm gonna show the fuck up.
Ooh, I'm gonna get real on you.
Nah, for real,
you mind grabbing this real quick?
Nah, yeah, we got you over here, baby. This love.
Man, listen, let me tell you something. One of the things I had to do that's been the hardest thing for me is kill the passive and fear that I housed for so long. And by that I mean this. You move out to LA and I was one of those people like, oh, relationships. I can't fuck up relationships. I always gotta be, you know what I'm saying? So I was a people pleaser for a long time. And being a people pleaser, depending on, because I feel like people pleaser is a spectrum. Yeah. Some people do it to a certain group of people. Some people do it to friends. Some people do it with family members. Thank you. Some people do it for the person they dating. Some people do it for business. Yep. Right? Yep. It's a spectrum. A lot of people pleasers don't have the capacity to create and uphold their own boundaries. Me and my wife had problems with boundaries because I didn't have any set for myself, so I couldn't respect hers. And I'm doing the best that I can, but she's telling me what she needs, and I'm just like, I got to do this. Mm-hmm. Another thing is, it's so much. Oh my God, I want to drop so much right now, but okay, I'm trying to stick with
on your heart.
Boundaries. Yep. You cannot respect somebody else's if you haven't set them for yourself. You can't set them for yourself if you don't know and understand and respect your self-worth. Mm-hmm. If you haven't decided what you are and aren't going to do, how you will and how you will not be talked to, what type of situations you are willing and you are not willing to work in, what you are and what you're not willing to sacrifice to get to this dream, and align those and establish them and told other people around you, then you will do just about anything. And if you don't have those for yourself, you can't respect somebody else when they tell you like, hey, you can't do me like this, you can't treat me like this, you can't do whatever like this. You don't have them for yourself. Yeah. So you'll do it just as a people pleaser, but when you encounter that same type of thing, that same type of boundary with another person, you're gonna trample all over them because you only did it for this person because you're people pleasing because of the relationship, but you don't understand boundaries. I didn't understand boundaries.
And people was using you.
People were using me. I was bending over backwards for people I shouldn't have. It wasn't reciprocated in certain situations. And I had to cut all that shit out, bro. And like I said, when I said that this year has been one of the hardest years, that's one of the things I had to learn. Yeah. Boundaries for myself. Yeah. Boundaries that my wife has set. Boundaries for friends. I was keeping people in my life for fear of losing them. And then I was like talking to my therapist about this, which by the way, therapy is dope as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
Feel your feels, fellas.
Yes, it is.
I'm keeping people in my life. My therapist asked me, like, why are you doing it? I was like, well, we already got 10 years invested in. So what? Yeah. So what? If a person doesn't see you wanting to change for the better and your change threatens them to the point when y'all getting into it, and you're trying to change that person. Like, I'm trying to do this for me, so I can't do this anymore. I can no longer fulfill this for you. And that gets them upset, like, well, you don't want the best for me. And that's okay. Like, you're used to me doing this, but now I'm switching to this because this is what's best for me. But you can't support that because selfishly, you were benefiting more from me doing this. That's cool. I get it. You got over. You got that one. You got your big one off.
Yep.
But now I got to do what's best for me.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to remove people.
Yeah. You got to.
You have to be. It ain't no love loss unless you make it be a no love loss situation.
Yeah.
This is for me.
Yeah.
I understand. You might understand. My mama didn't understand my dream of being a comic. She do now.
Yeah. Of course you do now.
She do now.
That's beautiful though.
So I get it. Everything ain't for everybody, and everybody wakes up to their own alarm clock. You might have learned this lesson 5 years ago. You might be 3 years before you learn this lesson, but right now it's my time. I'm waking up. Now I got to do the work.
Yep.
Because saying I'm sorry without changed behavior doesn't mean anything.
You know what's crazy about that? Because now I want to ask you that. You just said, and it's crazy because I had this written down for you that you just brought up the sorry. Is it more difficult to say you're sorry or for someone to say they're sorry to you?
That depends on the person. I'm always one to fall on the sword because I know I don't know it all. And if I've offended you or if I hurt you in a way, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I'm not sorry you took it like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I made you feel that way.
No,
because saying I taught you took it like that is like, oh, that's how I meant it, or that's not, regardless of how I meant it.
Yeah.
That's how it was received. And it made you feel an ulterior way. I'm sorry, not ulterior way. It made you feel a different way than what I intended.
Yeah.
So I apologize for that.
Yeah.
Let me explain better what I was trying to say.
Got you.
Right?
Yep.
But I still need to get this off because it's important that you get this message. Right? So for me, I have no problem with admitting my wrong because I've always come into every room knowing that I don't know everything.
Yep.
Now the shit that I do know, you ain't gonna sway me on.
Straight up.
You can prove me wrong, but you gonna have to work for that shit.
Hell yeah.
That's something my wife say all the
feel
time.
you.
You can prove me wrong, but you gotta work for it.
Yep.
But I know I don't know everything.
Yeah.
And I'm not so resistant to change in certain areas of my life that I would turn a blind eye to it. But that is one of the reasons why it took me so long to get in therapy. It is one of the reasons why it took me so long to become emotionally available and tear down these walls and pillars of resistance that I had in my marriage because there were certain areas where I thought I knew it all. Yeah. And I didn't. Yeah. I'm a great communicator on the surface level. I could be friends with everybody. Right, but I know now I intentionally stayed away from some of my close friends because I knew they was going to want to have vulnerable conversation. I wasn't ready to be vulnerable in front of them. I remember one time I was doing something, popping a little something, and my wife was like, "Yeah, you should only do that at home." And I'm like, "Wow, like having a good time." She was like, "Yeah, but when you're on it, I see you, there a telltale sign. Like you be doing little shit like this." Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, that's what it is? All right, fine, fuck it. I'm gonna fix that." And the next week, I had figured out how to stop doing that shit. Versus just listening to my wife.
Come on, man.
This is my better half. This is the person that vowed to be with me for the rest of my life. Yeah. And she's trying to tell me something. But what I found out is that sometimes when you grow up hard, like I moved out at 14, got kidnapped, I've been set on fire, shot, had a kid, my best friend was killed in my house, my dad died, and I didn't find out until 2 weeks after the funeral. All of this shit happened at 14. So I was on my own from 14 until I was done with college. I didn't go back home. I was working at the junkyard to make enough money through the week before I was old enough to work to take care of my son and the daycare bill. I was catching a bus from East St. Louis to St. Louis to go to school. So in my mind, like if you ain't been through the shit that I've been through, or you can't stomach the shit that I've been through, then me taking advice from you, motherfucker, like I'm not thinking you got anything to offer. Because you had a 2-parent household. But being in that 2-parent household don't mean you wasn't getting beat, or your mama wasn't getting beat,
Facts.
or someone wasn't getting abused or sexually abused, or there wasn't a drug problem in there. I threw that to the wind because I'm thinking, you grew up like this, your shit's sweet. You can't, what advice can you give me? Which puts me in a position a lot of times to bump my head instead of taking dope ass advice that I could have. But because I didn't think that this person could walk a mile in my shoes, I didn't value their advice. That was something else I had to learn, bro. Yeah. And it's all of these different things, especially as men, because we're not giving the grace and the space when we were coming up, 80s, 90s babies, to be emotional. Yeah. To cry. You know, think about...
That's real.
Think about when you were a kid and you fell and they be like, get up. You all right. You're a big boy. Big boys don't cry.
Boys don't cry.
Yeah, don't cry. Nigga, yes we do.
Dude, that shit hurt.
Yes, we do. I can't even cry when some shit hurt. Who am I? Android? What the fuck is wrong with you? Serious, bro?
That's facts.
There's this old saying that men love to live and women live to love, in a sense of they nourish. They're giving a baby doll at an early age. Keep your baby doll clean. Take care of your baby dog. Keep your clothes clean. Keep her hair done. All that type of stuff. They're raised to nurture and love. Men love to live. We always thinking for the next adventure, the next thing, the next, you know what I mean? We're not encouraged to love. We're not encouraged to embrace our feelings and shit like that. And I hate that, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I've been calling my homies for the last 6, 7, 8 years, telling them I love them.
Yeah,
when I get off the phone, I wait till my niggas get in the house.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. We friends. I drop you off. I'm waiting till you get in the house.
Yeah,
I'm rolling down the window, and I might play some weird music too. I'm gonna make it real awkward. Cause I want you to know I love you, my nigga.
Yeah.
And my life is better because you in it. And your life is better because I'm in it. And we can say that and we don't have to say pause. You can say it if you want to, but I'm not saying pause after everything sus I say. And I'm gonna say a lot of sus shit.
I feel you.
The gayer conversations you have with your homeboys, the closer you are with them. Because that means you're willing to be vulnerable in a space with them that you're not with other people. And that's not something to be ashamed of. That's something to be cherished. When you have those friends that you could do those gay jokes with, and y'all know it ain't gay, but you do that because it's fun and it's like, damn, I appreciate I can be free around you.
Yeah.
I ain't got to say a joke and say pause after it and then worry if you gonna think I'm gay. Like, motherfucker, I'm me.
I know, yeah.
You. When we know each other, nigga, it feels good to have those solid people, but you can't see that shit if you don't start healing.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Bro.
It's crazy, bro, but it's real.
It's a real thing because we all experience that as men. I think where I'm from in Detroit, I grew up the same way. It's this tough upbringing, and you can't never fucking express yourself. Even when we was in high school, like it's a lot of dudes who came out after high school came out gay, but when they was in high school, they all had girlfriends. Yeah. They would never. It's because you can't just be open and be yourself. And places like where we're raised don't allow you to sometimes flourish. So when I think about that, for me, it's like seeing where you are today and coming from where you come from, how does it feel to you now? Like, how do you feel now knowing, like you just told, all these things that you've been through? How do you feel standing in the shoes that you've made for yourself today?
Bro, that always comes back to perspective too. Because if you ain't done the work and you ain't started healing for yourself and just appreciating where you are in life and the fact that you're still here, you can beat up on yourself like, damn, I wasted all this time. I could have been doing this and this. I could have been this person. There are people who will never get it. Yeah. There are people who will never get to this level of understanding, this level of want to be the best version of themselves, this level of wanting to experience emotion for everything that it is, the good, the bad, the crying, the hoping, the loving. There are people who never get to this point because they're so connected to this way and that's all they know. That's all they can see. So I'm thankful to be here, bro. I'm thankful to be able to have friends like you that have a platform and this can go out and hopefully it helps one person.
Yep.
I know I ain't gonna change the world, but I can change the people who will change the world. Yeah, I can affect them, and that's me doing my part. I'm not here to try to do it for everybody, but the niggas that fuck with my comedy, the niggas that fuck with my talent, my acting, my playlist, whatever, people that appreciate what I'm doing in a very authentic way, the way I'm moving, the way I'm transparent, in a very authentic way, it's gonna resonate with them, and eventually it may change them. Again, everybody wakes up to their own alarm clock, but they be like, man, that nigga got a point. I can say the same thing 4 different times, and it might take to that 4th time for you to understand that. And if it does, that's okay. If you don't get it to the 5th time, that's okay. But long as you're willing to change, and let me tell you something, people that are unwilling to change, companies too, it is to their detriment every time. Think about BlackBerry. BlackBerry did not want to do that touchscreen phone. Now, I can say it was because, cheap production in China and whatever it is, but they didn't want to do it. They thought people needed that side scroll and they had to click on them keys. And it was that downfall for REM Technologies. They had cornered the whole business sector. Everybody wanted a BlackBerry because this is what you do business on. You got to stick up there. And then they lost it. For unwillingness to change. It's like bend your mind just a little bit or be open to it.
I always try to explain this to people too, because I speak about change a lot. And I'm always telling people like, look, you don't ever really change for the worse. If your idea in life is to change something, you're usually changing for the better. Because I want to get better at it. I need to do more. I want to improve. I want to progress. Whatever that is. So with the idea and change it itself is like, if you don't take that like full head on and understand what it's going to do for you down the road, you will stay stagnant and you'll never grow.
Exactly.
And that's why sometimes even when you talked about you've separated from people over your life that may have been around for 10 years, because I understand some people are seasonal, some people are here for a lifetime.
Yeah.
And that's just the fact, bro. It's almost like this that we knew since high school that you may have known all 4 years that you ain't talked to in 20, 30 fucking years. Because at that time, it was just seasonal. It wasn't for a lifetime. And whatever you might have gotten from that might have progressed your life or helped you benefit or whatever. But you still understand that your life is growing as a man and who you becoming today. So
I'm fucking you up real quick.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this year, and has been one of the most difficult times. I've had family members fall off. I had friends fall off. I've lost a lot of money. I am in a down season. I'm in a deep fucking valley of the hills and valley of this profession. And perspective really makes a difference. I can do the whole war is me thing or do the challenge accepted. And I'm choosing to do the challenge accepted because I know nothing lasts forever. Every year, trees lose their fruit. All the fruit that they spend 6 to 8 months getting ready to produce and bear, they lose it. And then after that, and winter hits, they lose everything. Leaves, branches, everything. But come that new spring, they get it back. Come that new summer, there's new fruit. We all go through those seasons. We all have those down times. We all go through the losses. But if you can hold strong for that next season of fruit,
man,
trees die every year. They killed Jesus, and you think that you gonna go unscathed, nigga?
Like, oh God.
Trees give us air, and they die every year, lose everything. These niggas get evicted every year, lose all of their fits every year, and they come back, providing shade, strong. Providing fruit, providing substance, providing life, air. We all go through them losses, bro. You are no better.
Yep.
If you're in the up season right now, thank God. If you're in the down season right now, thank God, because that means your blessing on the way.
That's facts.
Don't just praise him when it's down, man. Yep. Like have that connection when you grown, when you up too, man, because that's gonna help prepare you. The mindset for when you do go down, like, yep, I expected this, but it's okay because I know it's around that corner.
Yep.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's almost like this life lesson that I give, and I always drop this on people. But again, I was watching a documentary of all of these older people. They were like 90 plus, and I seen it so long ago, but it changed my life really. It was a guy traveling around the world asking everybody in different countries, and they were, like I say, 90 plus. What would you tell your younger self, knowing that your calling is at any day now? Every single one of them with that particular question said the same thing, which is, I would tell my younger self it's going to be okay. And I started to apply that to my life to realize you've had your heart broke, you've lost money, you've lost jobs, you've lost opportunities, friends, so many things. But even we've both done it. But even today, me and you are sitting here, we're still smiling and laughing, and we're okay despite what we've been through. So I always tell people, when you're going through the season, know that if you can just put in your mind at that moment when I'm in this season of something not going the right way, that I know I'm going to be okay at some point, it'll start the process for you to get there a little bit better and a little bit faster, and you don't have to sit in this drama for so fucking long because God has already proven to you that you're going to be okay.
You spin right now.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
But here's the thing, and I get it, because 2 points I'll make. You kind of feel like you have to stress a little bit, or you're not giving enough or the right attention to the gravity of the situation. Sometimes I get real hard on myself, and I'm like, people are like, yo, come on with me. I'm like, nah, I gotta stay around the house and do this. I gotta stay around the house and soak. So God knows I'm really sad about this before he brings me out of it. I'm like, you don't have to do that. We don't have to do that, but we do that. Well, we do that. I gotta be sad right now before I you know what I'm saying? I gotta give enough attention to the bad part of this. And you don't, like, it's okay to just be going through this. Like, it's part of life, man. It is part of life. Fuck, it was something else you said that I wanted to speak to. You said the beginning of what you said.
Just as far as asking, what would you tell your younger self?
Yes. So with that, the two things I was gonna say, we feel like we gotta acknowledge it, and we gotta go through it, And they would say that it gets better. You know, give it time. One of the greatest things I heard, one time I had posted this Instagram post and I was like, what's the best piece of advice you got? Post it in the comments. And I still want to make a book out of this because I got some of the most amazing quotes and comments on there. But one that stuck out to me the most was from Jess Niche. Amazing. I mean, phenomenal. One of the funniest people I've ever met and seen in my life. Jess Niche is a national treasure. She has a special out. I think it's called Self-Serve. She shot the special herself. Half the special is on her phone and on stage, and she's looking at. It's amazing. I can never say enough nice things about Niche, and she is well deserving of all of it. The piece of advice she put is like, if there's something that you're worried about and you can't do anything about it, don't worry about it. If there's something that you're dealing with and you can do something about it, don't worry about it. Because if you can do something about it, then you know what you're going to do when you need to deal with it. If you can't do anything about it, like if you literally can't do anything about it, then fuck it. What can I do? What is worry? What has worrying ever to do?
Yep.
It's the same thing with like being mad. If you mad and you like, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show these motherfuckers I'm mad so they know I'm serious.
Yeah.
What's that going to do?
Nothing.
They be like, oh shit, he's mad. Let's make sure we make his order right because he's so mad right now.
Nigga,
It
now
just
they gonna
shows
spit
that
in
you're
your
mad,
food.
bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, but it's like it doesn't solve anything.
Don't solve anything.
Yeah, worrying is like a rocking chair.
Yeah.
It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere.
Yep.
That's worrying in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And I know this because I felt like, man, I ain't worried about this enough. I need to give this a couple hours of work.
Yeah.
Do you?
Nah.
Do you?
You've said something that's beautiful to me because you keep using the word perspective. And I always tell people life to me is about perspective. It's not about perception. You have to be able to sometimes step back and look at things for what they actually are.
Yeah.
Instead of just jumping straight into it. No. Because I'm like, sometimes you can see somebody at their parents' funeral and not crying. Why? Because their perspective of life is different.
Yeah.
And so it's just a different thing to understand. And I always give people this too about worrying. When I hear that word, it's one of those things that I put to this always. You either worry or you pray because you can't do both. They cancel each other out. And people don't understand that, but I try to give that to people all the time. If I'm praying about something, why am I worried? And if I'm worrying about it, why am I praying?
I got you. So we doing old saying?
Like,
Let me tell you,
that's just the
my
fact,
homeboy
bro.
always tells me, he always reminds me of this one. He's like, you carrying all them problems around. God can't bless you if both your hands full.
Come on. Hold that one.
What are you gonna do?
Yep.
If you carrying
That's
all of
facts.
these worries and all of these woes and all of these problems and all of this shame and hurt,
Yeah.
where you gonna put all these blessings?
Yep.
You carrying around what you want.
Yep.
I'm not saying not to acknowledge it. I'm not saying to even
Facts.
like feel a way
Facts.
about it, but you can't hold on to it because I'm on a daily fucking basis, and I right now, and I've tried to stop talking about it because I don't want to be a broken man.
No.
Right now, I probably owe the government $200,000. I probably paid them $400,000, but every day tax accrues. Every fucking day.
does,
It is
yep.
damn near impossible to get from up under the thumb of the IRS. They have predatorial, just horrible tax interest rates, and these fees are just crazy. So no matter how much I pay, I'm still under the thumb of these motherfuckers. I have to like come up with something and try to do this payoff because it's just been this. Like,
feel
and
you.
this is like, it's crazy because it's like shit that you don't know, especially as black people, man. Like we don't like telling our business when it comes to money. So when you start touring people, they be like, yo, make sure you save some money for some taxes. Right. But that's not telling me how much to save.
Right.
You know, if you make it between anywhere 50,000 to 100,000, you're good with an LLC. You make it anything over 100,000, you need to get an S corp. Absorb them costs, you get better tax breaks. If you're getting paid as a contract worker, you need to save a third. That's what I wish somebody would have told me. Save a third of what I'm paying you. Save a third of what you're getting paid. Because that's what you're going to have to pay in taxes. 10% to state, 10% to federal. The other 10%, that's going to be the taxes and fees on the taxes and fees, nigga. So if you got paid $90,000, you got paid $60,000.
Just like that.
Don't even think about that 30, because that shit goes into savings. And every 3 months, just send that shit into the IRS like clockwork. Don't think about it. Don't ask no questions. Just send that shit in. And if you overpay, they'll send it back. But you would rather overpay than underpay. Because some motherfuckers gonna get you, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I got a letter from the IRS in August. I knew it was bad news.
You
That's
already
not
knew.
an IRS month.
Hell
You're
yeah.
getting a letter from the IRS anytime after April, anytime
It's a
after
problem.
May. It's
Yeah,
a fucking problem.
For sure.
It's
For sure.
the envelope is cold when you pick it up out of your
Hell
lip. It's just, you know it's a problem, bro.
I'm fucking shivering too.
Oh my
That bitch in there
God,
like
bro.
that. Like, let me out, Flip.
Oh my God. You get gangrene, open up this fucking envelope. You know it's gonna be a cold piece of work, baby.
That's facts though, bro.
But what can I do?
Yeah.
I'm trying, so they ain't
Yeah.
gonna arrest me because I'm doing the work that I'm trying to
Yeah.
pay these motherfuckers off.
Yeah.
But I gotta figure something out.
But also, what I love that you're doing right now is educating people.
Yeah. Because I
And
didn't
this
know.
helps. Yeah, because people need to know.
Yeah.
And it fucking helps people be educated on understanding the dynamic of how taxes work in America, because that shit,
Bro, it'll get you.
It'll get you so quick. And we've
Look at
seen all type
Al
of
Capone didn't get taken down by the cops. Al Capone, one of the most prolific gangsters, they couldn't get this nigga on shit. He ain't killing nobody. He paying people for that. They got him on taxes.
It's crazy, bro.
Fucking taxes.
Crazy, bro.
Crazy. Taxes and syphilis took this nigga out, bro. That nigga wasn't worried about taxes or condoms and got taken out
Got
the
his
game.
ass got-
Take it out the game, man. Big Dick Willie.
Dog. So, I got a couple more questions for you. One thing I did want to ask you about really quickly, man, is tell me a little bit about All Def Digital and how that started. And I just want to kind of know, I mean, obviously we've seen where it grown to. I've worked with All Def Digital and you guys, but to me, I feel like what I loved about All Def and what I feel like they give me an essence of is like old school comedy in a new school form.
It's
And because I'm like, when you look at the roast, when you look at the dad jokes, when you look at these things, like when we came up in school, obviously I know people in the South call it joning, where we from Midwest, we call it roasting or firing your ass up or whatever. But that's like old school. That I'm an 80s, you an 80s, you know what I'm saying, baby? 90s, how we grew up. So what to me, All Def kind of gave that new essence of like, okay, we are a part of the new media, but we gonna give y'all an old school feel to this shit and gonna make it classic. Like, how did that All Def really start and become what it is today?
I think the old school feel that you get is similar to like what we all feel with like we see clips of In Living Color.
Yeah.
It's like a platform made for us.
Yep.
Well, we don't have to explain our comedy.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to fight for understanding or placement. It's like the people that fuck with us, like they're waiting on it.
Yeah.
They are welcoming of it, and they are they champion our strides, and that it feels good to be in a place where you're accepted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a video of Viola Davis going around, and she's talking about, you know, in acting school, they prepared her to be a white actress.
Yep, for sure.
We didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
We put our shit out with seasoning and spice and hot sauce. And whoever could handle that flavor could have that motherfucker. It wasn't made for one group of people the way most mainstream shit is. You never notice on news and shit like that when they say a man was apprehended, you know when they say man, it was more than likely a white man. Because when it's a black man, they say African American man.
Yep.
They specify who it is because we are not the majority. We made our shit for the minority, and the majority tried to fuck with it. I got just as many white kids walking up to me for pictures of shit that I have Latino and black. We just did our shit the way we did our shit, and then just let us know that y'all been fucking with our shit. Y'all love it. Y'all love it, but you can't give us too much prop because then it gives us too much value.
Yep.
It gives us too much value, then we start thinking too much of ourselves, and then we need to be put back in our place. But you love our shit.
Yep.
Who was that? Was that the lights? You love our style, nigga. You love our shit.
You love our shit.
It
That's facts,
because you ain't got no culture. So we make America look cool. Ain't nobody coming over here to America just to go shopping off some shit they heard Miley Cyrus was wearing or Taylor Swift. No, you heard the Migos saying some shit.
Yep.
You heard the Lock saying some shit. You had West Side Gun talk about Balenciagas hopping out of the truck. They didn't make that shit look cool. We did. We are the voice of culture.
Culture, period.
America ain't got no culture, my dude. Like y'all ain't y'all pick and choose what y'all take, but y'all ain't got nothing y'all invented. Y'all motherfuckers came over here supposedly for spices and don't even use spices in your cooking. So what's the real reason, bro? Like, what we doing for real? Y'all have no culture
No,
without
that's real
us.
talk. No culture
Black
at all.
and brown.
That's it.
And not just black, like black and brown, Asians, like all of our food,
it's
like the
culture.
shit and
It's culture.
Bro, it's us.
It's us.
And All Deaf was like the first place where I could feel comfortable being me.
Yeah.
You know, the code switching and all that shit. There was no code switching.
Yeah.
If anybody code switching, it's the whites.
Yep. Facts.
Cause motherfucker, we gonna come up in here, snooping this bitch, blowing down weed in Russell's office.
Let's do it.
What we
Yep.
doing, bro?
What we doing?
And that's not an everyday occurrence, but still, like, that just showed that we could do this shit, still get work done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, All Deaf was the first one to start doing dad jokes. Shout out to Patrick Cloud.
Yeah, Patrick Cloud.
Everybody
Yep.
fell in
My
line
dog
after
Pat.
us.
Yep.
Nobody else was doing that shit before us.
Yep.
BuzzFeed and all
You
the
seen
motherfuckers.
so many people
Everybody
take
hopped
it.
on the bandwagon.
Everybody.
Nobody was doing that before us. Great Taste, For the First Time, Roast Me,
Yep.
Bad News,
Yep.
Explain This. We made you motherfuckers look cool, bro.
Facts.
Now
Facts.
motherfuckers got whole channels off of this
off
shit.
that shit. They do.
But like, bro,
Yeah.
like we ain't never been afraid to do something different because we've always been left with less. And so we
Mm-hmm.
had to do what the fuck we could. But we are still us. And so working for All Deaf was such a blessing because, like I said, I suffer with imposter syndrome sometimes. When I was working there, everything I did was from me.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I got praised for was from my shit. So it was like, it was no sense of like, oh, I slid through as the lucky black guy.
Yeah.
Everybody in this bitch black.
Right. Like, nah.
So
nigga,
when I
this
got
just
the
me.
praises, they were well due because I did the fucking work for
Yeah,
it. And so
yeah.
it was just comforting to work for a place. And it was just amazing to work at a place where you get celebrated for being creative and black and yourself and like just who you are, bringing that to the office and to set.
Yeah.
Like that's what you get praised. Because if you sound just like this motherfucker, well then why we need both of y'all?
Yep.
But if you got your own mind and you got your own lane, your own thought process, bro, like that's what you get praised for. And that feels good to be doing it in a place where it's not labeled just ethnic.
Yeah.
Motherfucker is funny.
It's funny. Period.
It's funny.
It's
I
funny.
think early Dane Cook was funny.
Man,
I
what?
didn't think he was white funny.
That
I thought he
nigga
was funny.
funny.
When he was talking about you hear the outside your window and you waiting for the like, oh my God, I'm going out. Where are my shoes? Fuck it, I'm going out shoeless.
Right.
That's not white funny. It's
That's
just
funny.
fucking funny, bro.
Good luck, Chuck. I fuck with Dane
Come on,
Cook. Like,
bro.
let's be real.
It's just fucking funny, bro.
Yeah, brother.
And when I go about my comedy, I
Yeah.
go about my shit that's just funny. Like, it's some shit that's some nigga shit at certain parts, but it's just some shit that's also just funny.
Because
bro.
everybody understands, I always leave it as simple as this, bro. And this is how I look at it. Everybody wants to be black, but don't want to be black.
They want the triumph. They don't want the troubles and the trials.
That's it.
They want the praise. They want
Yep.
the dance. They don't want the cookout.
Yeah.
But all the shit that we have to do in between, they don't want the valleys.
Yeah.
They want the trend, not the trauma.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
the
it.
trend, not
They
the
want
trauma.
the trend, not the trauma.
Yeah, man.
That's a fact.
Even those that was out there protesting during COVID. You motherfuckers, the cameras out there now. Are y'all out there when the cameras ain't out there?
Yeah.
Are y'all out there when the world ain't closed and it's not eyes on this thing?
Yeah.
And when y'all out there, we got ain't nothing gonna come from this, but they know the certain people know we did it.
Yep. That's the realest with black.
And honestly,
when you
bro,
look at
like
that,
for it to
yeah.
change right now, we can't do it by ourselves. We need the
Of
allies.
course. Of course.
Right? But we need the allies to be doing it for the right reasons. And I feel like this generation, my daughter's generation, they're so emotionally aware. They're so good at calling people out. The only problem they're going to have is I feel like they're a little lax with their action.
Yeah.
They will speak on some shit, but when it comes to like marching and activating,
Yeah.
that's why I worry about them, because it's not going to be the other people. It's going to be the government that's going to push them the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to have to mobilize in a way that they are not accustomed to. They don't ride bikes.
Yeah.
They don't be going outside.
Yeah, no,
they don't
that's
know
real.
what the fuck.
That's
Yeah, they
real.
like
That's real, bro.
physicality is not their strong point. But
Yeah.
they're going to have to get physical. What I think within the next 10, 15 years, especially the way Trump is moving right now, it's going to be a war between people in the state.
Yeah.
It's
That's how I
going to
try
be.
to tell people, even when it come to raising your kids, the motto should be physical before digital. When it come to your household, I always tell people, when you look at your kids today in the world that we live in, your kids should live by a cardinal rule, which is physical before digital. Before you do anything digital, you better do something physical.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure you're aware of that. Look, man.
I know we can talk forever, man.
I know. I was like,
we having a good time, man.
Before
I'll
we
come
get out,
back.
I know.
I'll come back.
Before we get out of here, though, my last question for you, to be honest, man, and I do want to ask you this because of where you are today.
Yeah.
because of where you are, what is your why now? You found success. Your mom has seen it. You've been married. You've had support, friends, family. But today, even though you've had these accomplishments and you're still growing, we artists, we still work.
Absolutely.
But at this point, though, what is the why now?
You know what? I think it's for me now. I've done so much for other people, the people pleasing that I talked about earlier. And then also just like doing it for a sense of belonging. Now I want to do it for my own peace and happiness. I want to get some wins in the mindset that I am now. And it's not just like, oh, I want to look cool winning or I want to buy this one winning. I want to do this because it's fulfilling to me.
Yeah.
It's a goal that was organically set. It's not like, yo, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't want to be the GOAT of comedy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be anybody's GOAT. Be great to be remembered, but I don't want to be the GOAT. That's added pressure that I'm putting on myself to say that everybody is going to understand and relate to me. What if they don't? Because all of that is about perspective.
Yeah.
I ask any one of y'all in here, who's the greatest comedian? I might get 3 different answers. Chappelle, Murphy, Pryor. I ask my mama, who's the greatest comedian? She gonna say me.
Facts.
So it's all about perspective.
Yep.
And me trying to be the greatest of all time is inferring that I can influence your perspective so much that the people that you know that are comedians or that you might have got hip to before me, I can sway you that much. I don't want to. The people that you knew before me and the people that you got hip to before me, they deserve their praise. They deserve their adoration. I just want to be able to add to it. I don't care about being the GOAT because that's not why I got into it.
Fact.
I got into it to help people disconnect from their reality of what's going on the other side of that comedy door. And if you can come to one of my shows, or you can watch one of my pieces of content, or you can watch one of my shows or my movies, and for that 30 minutes or 15 minutes or hour and a half of that movie, you get to disconnect and forget what the fuck you dealing with. My job is done. And there's no amount of money that can equate to that. There's no position in standing or ranking that can compete to that. I just did my fucking job. I did what I was put on this earth to do, which is to help people. The money's always gonna come. And even when it comes, you will never have enough money.
Never.
Biggie said it best, more money, more problems. You start getting $150,000 checks, you start living at a millionaire's budget. So you ain't even a millionaire yet, but you're like, oh, I will be in 10 months. But you're not now. But you start living that.
Yeah.
So that's why it's always more money, more problems.
Yep.
Live below your means for a year after getting money.
Yep.
Or before getting money. Like when the money start coming, live below your means for that full year. And if the money keeps coming after that year, then you can do some cool shit. But if you do that for that year, you'll be straight.
Facts.
People get that money, they want to switch up shit.
Switch up real
Don't
quick.
do that, because in 6 months, everything will change.
That's why Denzel said you never see a U-Haul behind a hearse.
You can't take none of that shit with you. You can't take none of that shit with you.
You can't.
But while you here, you can use it.
Yep.
And if you have the like, I'm really big. Keep checking in with the gathering spot in LA, because I'm linking with Charles Schwab, Edward Jones, and I'm doing a Black entrepreneurship financial wellness seminar. We're going to do it over a weekend. We're going to tell you how to save your money. We're going to tell you what IRAs to invest in, what CDs will give you the highest return, what high yield investments you can get the most money out. This is what I want to do, because we are always last on the fucking bus when it comes to the financial. We are so fucking last. I can give you 30 people right now, list their name, and I guarantee none of them have the right life insurance policy. None of them know that, like, once you pay up the term on your life insurance policy, you can pull against it and borrow against it. You ain't got to pay that money back. And you ain't got to pay no taxes on it. And that's how the rich stay rich.
Free game.
The motherfucker, one time, and this is the last thing I'll say before going, I did a show in Arizona, I did a movie in Arizona, and then we did the release of it in there. The guy that came to pick me up for the weekend of the release picked me up in a Wraith from the airport. Took me to the hotel. He's like, go ahead and get change, and I'll come back and get you in an hour so we can go to the radio station, do press. Came back to the radio station, do press. He came and picked me up in a Lamborghini truck. Go to the radio station. We getting back in the car in front of the radio station. I was like, yo, what the fuck do you do? Like, you came and picked me up with 2 different exotic cars. Like, what do you do? He's like, I manage and build medical facilities that get people their medicine. And I do a life insurance policy, and then I'll buy, when that gets to term, I'll buy another piece of property. And when I pay that property off, I start another business. When I start that business, I buy another vehicle for that business. With that, I'd start another life insurance. He never pays himself.
Crazy.
Shit that we just don't know.
Don't even
So
know.
he dropped me off back in the Lamborghini truck. When he came to pick me up that night, he came to pick me up in the McLaren. This motherfucker in one day has showed me what $2 million looks like without bringing out his wallet once.
Perspective.
Black man
Beautiful.
who got the game
Yep.
and put me onto it. I've been out to Arizona 4 times just to sit with him for a weekend and just soak up as much game as I
That's what's
can.
up. Yeah.
If you are the brightest person in your crew, get a new crew.
Facts.
That don't mean you got to lead them. That just means go do some recon.
Yep.
Go do some recon, get that information, bring it to your crew, right? Bring a couple of people from your crew that can handle that information and start applying it, and they can affect the other people in your crew, and then they go out and get their own crew. That's how we get on.
Monopoly.
We can't, like, Kev took me on tour, took Tony Baker on tour. Now Kev's doing his own tour. Tony's just doing his own tour. I'm doing my own tour. And each one of us are bringing 3 people with. That's how we get up. That's how we level the scales. We get the information. We take it back to the hood. We distribute it. And then we bring the people up with us that can do the good job of distributing for the next group. That's
Listen.
the only way we live with these squares.
Come on, man. That's free game, man. What we talking about? Hey, man, give it up for my boy Tahir Moore one time in the building, man. Came through to drop some knowledge. Look, I appreciate you, brother. I'm so happy
Thank you
I
for
got to
having
sit down, had this conversation with you, man. Your mind, your comedy, your ethic, your work ethic, everything that you're doing right now, man. I'm just so honored and so respectful of, man, because I
Thank you,
see
bro.
you, black man. So I'm proud of you, brother.
Man, I
Believe that.
Thank you up, man.
Hey,
I
man,
appreciate
make
it.
sure y'all continue to follow the channel. Hit that subscribe button.
Yep.
We gonna keep you tapped in. Again, man, we appreciate y'all here. And thank you again to my boy Tahir in the motherfucking building, man, coming and hold it down, dropping knowledge for y'all, man. Make sure that y'all keep tuning in to us. Hit that follow and subscribe button. We gonna see you next week. You already know what time it is. Let's get it.
Hey, let this shit ride for a minute.